guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be this music festival inspired look and a few pointers on how to get, I think, in my experience, the most enjoyment out of your music festival. I have been to tons and some have been more successful than others. In the first few I went to, I was doing it wrong. So I'm gonna give you a few tips of things I've learned. If you guys have any additional tips that you'd like to share with people, please leave them in the comment section down below. Okay, just so this video isn't like 40 minutes long, I already have my base down. So if you guys wanna see like the step-by-step and all the products, check out my mermaid eyes video. I will put a link to that video below. That is like a really long video. It's full face and it's walkthrough. So if you want something a little more bright than what I'm gonna do now, you could do that look. I have done like really cool neon eyes and things. Those are more for like EDC, which is the Electric Daisy Carnival, and more like house music, EDM, stuff like that. To me, these music festivals like Coachella and Outside Lands and things like that are more laid back. They're not as like dress up in crazy tutus with neon face. For me, in my dry to normal skin, my key to make your makeup really last the whole festival is to properly moisturize. So this is gonna be a lot of steps, but you're laying that base for success for the rest of the night. I'll let you know really quickly what I did. So first I sprayed my Urban Decay B6 spray, then I sprayed some Codalil grape water down, then I put some MAC Prep and Prime Moisture Infusion that's going to lock that in. And then this is like totally overkill, but again, I like to be really hydrated, and I've been using these two together. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX, and then I've been combining it with the Makeup Forever Step 1. Now this one I've been putting all over, this one I've just been targeting around my nose and my chin where I get really dry. After I've laid down that base moisture, I'm going to go through with some sunscreen. This is so important, ladies. Don't miss out on this. And when you put it on, you have, first of all, make sure that it is water resistant because you're likely going to be sweating and you're outdoors, and bring some with you. So put it all over your face. Make sure not to neglect your hairline. If you have a spray-on sunscreen, spray the part of your hair. Make sure you get up on your ears, all down your neck, and then make sure you have like a friend help you put it on the back of your neck, your shoulders. Lather yourself in sunscreen, or it could be a really rough 3-day festival if you get a sunburn the first day. After that, I do lay down some of my Tarte smoothing primer. If you guys are interested in the whole like step-by-step routine, if you check out my mermaid eyes video, that's a few videos back, I did all of this in that. And then over the top of that Tarte, I put some light infusing primer because you do kind of want to be like glowing when you're outdoors in the sun. Now for me and my normal to dry skin, I don't like to have a heavy cake up of foundation on my face, especially when you're going to be out in the sun, because the sun's light will kind of show every cake up, pore, and all of that on your face. So for me, and it depends on what condition your skin is in. For me, I just really like foundation kind of even out that tone and give me that luminosity. So again, my Ride or Die foundation is my MAC Face and Body. So I dotted that on my face. I gave a spray of MAC Fix Plus, and I used my Beauty Blender to put it in. Now, if you have a really super oily skin and you want a foundation that will last all day, I would get the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. I tried that foundation a few times just to see like if I was going out, I don't know, like music festivals actually, and whoo, that was like thick. That was thick. It looked, to me when I looked in the mirror, I didn't have the luminosity that I have. It looked like I had some paint on my face. Now, if that is what you like, and there's nothing wrong with that, I would recommend that foundation because that foundation will not budge. Then after that, I contour and highlighted, which again, you can find in my mermaid eyes video that will show you step by step and the exact same products I used. Something I also like to do is when I'm blending in my foundation, I try to keep it away from my nose because I don't know if this ever happens to you guys, but I get those little feet marks from where my sunglasses rest, and when I take it off, I'll then have like red indents kind of on, and it is where my makeup is wearing away. Obviously it has to do with the weight of your glasses, but, and how your face is built if they sit on your nose, all that nonsense aside, I like to try to avoid those, especially when I'm going to be outdoors and I know they're going to be on a lot and I'm going to be taking them off. So what I do is I take this IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination, and I take that on my Sephora number 56 Air Pro Flawless Airbrush, and I just tap it in there and I really work it around on my whole nose. And this gives me the coverage, and I find it actually works a lot better when with glasses. It doesn't like slide around like liquid foundation would. The awesome thing about this too is then you can just throw it in your bag. There is a little mirror in here, and then there is a little brush on the bottom too, so if you need to touch up, you can do that. So first, let's get started on priming the eyes. For that, I'm going to use my Sigma P80 and my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Next, I'm going to take some MAC Soft Brown on my MAC 224 brush. I'm going to tap it in there and I'm going to blend it as my transition color, so right above my crease. Windshield wiper motions back and forth starting on the outer corner. Next, on my Sigma E35 blending brush, I'm going to pick up Bobbi Brown's Camel Eyeshadow, and I'm going to click off the excess and I'm going to blend it in my crease. Just windshield wiper motions back and forth, trying to just deepen up that crease color. Now I'm going to go back through with my MAC 224 and I'm going to blend those lines. The key to any good eye makeup look is blend, blend, blend. Now I'm going to take MAC's Texture on my MAC 217 blending brush, and I'm going to focus that to deepen up that crease even a little more. Now I'm going to take my Sigma E35 brush again. I'm going to clean it off in my color switch so there's no additional eyeshadow on it, and I'm going to go back through and blend those harsh lines out again. I'm going to pick up some MAC Texture again on my MAC 217 brush, and I am going to focus this on the lid, but just on the outside corner and on the inside corner. I'm going to try to leave a blank spot in the middle of my eyelid. I'm going to take my Sigma E25. I'm going to make sure it's clean of eyeshadows, and I'm going to go back in that crease and just blend it out some more. And then again, I'm going to take my MAC 224 and blend that top line again. Next, I'm going to take Becca's highlighter in the shade Opal, and I'm going to take that on my MAC 242 flat synthetic brush, and I'm going to swipe that in that blank spot that we left on our eyelid. So focus it in on the middle, and then just try to blend out the remnants of what's left on the brush into the corners. I'm going to spray that same brush with some Matte Fix Plus, and I'm going to touch it over that part that I just put on, and that's going to add some shimmer and sheen to that eyeshadow. I didn't feel like the shadow was as shimmery as I wanted, so I went back over with some on that damp brush and touched it up. Now I'm just going back through with my MAC 217 in that same texture color, and I am going to deepen up those corners. And then I'm going to go back in with my Sigma E25 and pick up some of that Bobbi Brown shadow in Camel, and I'm going to go back through and just make sure that that is all blended in that crease. On my Real Techniques shading brush, I'm going to pick up some MAC Nylon, and I'm going to use that to highlight my inner corner and up on my brow bone. Now this is a very intense highlight, so you want to have a light hand with it. Next, I'm going to take my MAC 219 pencil brush, and I'm going to pick up some of that texture that we used above, and I'm going to smoke that out on my lower lash line. I'm going to start from the outer corner and work my way in. Don't be afraid to make stupid faces and spend some time down here blending it out. It really makes a difference. Now on my MAC 212 brush, I'm going to pick up some more of that texture, and I'm going to just really pack it on my lash line to really just deepen that color up without just smoking it out. Now with my Ardency In black eyeliner, I'm going to go and tightline the top of my eyelash line. Then with my MAC NC15 NW20 chromographic pencil, I'm going to line my bottom water line to add some brightness to my eyes. Sorry you can't really see it. Then I'm going to curl my eyelashes with my favorite eyelash curler, my Shu Uemura. Taking some of my Blink eyelash primer in the color black, I'm going to coat my bottom lashes to make them a little longer. Then with my MAC Giga Black mascara, I'm going to coat my bottom lashes. You should always do the bottom lashes first so you don't get any on your top eyelid. Then I'm going to take my Icon Black Magic mascara and I'm going to coat my top eyelashes and apparently make a monkey face. I don't know what I'm doing. Next, I'm going to take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder Palette, and I'm going to take the middle shade Incandescent Light on my Sigma F35 Tapered Highlight Brush, and I'm going to brush that on the top of my cheekbones, over my Cupid's bow, and down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to take some House of Lashes Siren Lashes in my Duo Dark with my Tweezerman tweezers, and I'm going to apply false lashes. I don't care for setting powder all over my face, so I'm just going to use this Urban Decay makeup setting spray. If you want to use some powder first, you can, but this will make sure that your makeup lasts throughout the day. Now for a lipstick color, I find just because you're going to be drinking a lot of water and you're going to be talking a lot and you're going to be in the sun, I've tried to wear like liquid matte lipsticks and other things in them, but typically liquid matte lipsticks don't look good once you start layering them, like as they're wearing off, and they can get really patchy, very dry, which I find very uncomfortable, and then you're looking crazy in pictures if you've got the like white ring on the inside of your lips. I don't really care for it, so I just try to keep my lips very like glossy and natural. And another tip is don't take like your $35 Chanel lip gloss. Take something that's like a drugstore. So if they confiscate it, because a lot of times they check bags and things, and I know at EDC they took my lip gloss a few times because they think that you're like shoving drugs or something in there. So it did have to be like a brand new in package lip balm to get in, and I was just like, I'm not throwing my lipstick away. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a lip liner that is the closest to my own lip color, which actually happens to be Dervish by MAC, just to get like more definition on my lips, and I'm gonna line my lips with that. Since I have browns and a really neutral eye, I'm gonna go for a little color on my lip. I'm gonna take this one that is Luxe in Lilac, and I'm just gonna put this on my lips. These are super moisturizing and very like cushiony and soft on your lips. NYX Butter Glosses would work too. Just remember, don't bring your favorite, because in case you either drop it out of your bag or, you know, they take it at the gate. That sucks. I know. First world problems, right? But still, that sucks if that happens. Jewelry is really fun at these events too, but I don't think I'd want to bring like my gold pieces just in case, I mean, you lose anything, you know, because people, you should see the lost and found at music festivals. It's insane. If you're gonna wear like costume jewelry or something plated, I would paint it with clear nail polish first, because since you are going to be hot and you're going to be sweating, the likelihood of you getting discoloration from the rings is pretty high. For music festivals and things, I either like to do one of two things. I'd either leave my hair straight, and I'd actually straighten it though, so it had like some kind of curl under to it or some kind of something to it, and I would part it right down the middle, and I would stick a headband on. I love things like this, and I will link this below. I mean, you can poof it up from here too if you want, but I like stuff like this. Probably would curl it because, again, since it's going to be warm, my hair is naturally a little wavy and it would get like crazy or not cute curls. So if I wore this, I would keep some bracelets on, and that would really be it, because I don't want to be too busy. For Coachella, I would wear a hat because I want to keep the sun off my face because I'm pasty white. So with that, I would want to wear some necklaces or something right around here. So let me show you what I would do. I know chokers are really big in now, and I do have one, but I can't find it. I find a lot of this stuff, I mean, you don't want to go out and spend a ton of money because, I mean, how often are you going to be wearing this stuff? So I had this necklace. I don't even know how long I've had it. I've had it a long time, and I found it in my jewelry box, and I was like, I don't think I've ever worn this, and it's kind of ugly, so rightfully so. And these little latches on here. So I saw this and I was like, oh, this is perfect. So what I did is I opened up the ring on here and I took this off, and then I'm going to do the same on this side. Just twisting this off. And I mean, you can do this with anything that you have around the house. I mean, if you had ribbon or just anything really, it would work. I'm gonna take this ring out of this one, and I'm going to attach these two. Now, if you want, you can dangle something from them, kind of like a choker would, but right now I'm just gonna keep it like this. So, ta-da, homemade choker. Then you can have like someone cut those strings in the back. And don't hesitate to layer necklaces. That's what I like to do. And it could be things that maybe look like they'd only be fancy. This one is from Express. I've had for I don't know how long. A long time, because I can't even imagine when I would wear this with my business stuff. And I'm gonna put this on too. And then for me, I would go one of two hats I have. This one that's really floppy and would provide more shade, or this one that I just got here at Ambiance in San Francisco, except I wore this when I was in Chicago and my fuzzy scarf got hair all over it. I would definitely lint roll my hat first from my scarf. That'd really be it, guys. I think if you really wanted to jazz this up, I'll do a look come EDC time that I use my electric palette and things for, that it's like really, really over the top and really, really bright. But for something like this, I don't think so. If you want me to do like a nighttime look, if you're like really high maintenance and you like to go back to either your hotel or your campground and like totally rechange, I think that that's cool. But on music festivals, I feel like less is more, because the more makeup you wear, the more melting on your face you're going to have. And you will have melting because you're gonna be dancing and indirect sun. I mean, there's very little shade at these kind of festivals. So you wanna make sure that you're being able to enjoy your time and you're not being that whiny girl that no one wants to be with. I'm just gonna share a few what to do's and what not to do's. First and foremost, sunscreen, 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 sunscreen. Don't be stingy with the sunscreen. Second most important thing for a music festival is closed-toed shoes. I know you think that those strappy wedges or strappy sandals are cute. Don't do it, because with people stomping around and dropping drinks and mud, your feet will be demolished and you will be so uncomfortable. So I either like to wear a pair of like Chuck Taylors that I can make really cute. I mean, they have a million different colors, or I'll wear like my combat boots. And I think they're adorable, because combat boots and shorts I think are so cute, and that way you can keep your feet protected and you're gonna have such a better time. No flip-flops, absolutely no flip-flops. Number 3, stay hydrated. I see people all the time. I mean, it's in Southern California, it's going to be humid, it's going to be hot. Make sure you still stay well hydrated, because you're spending a lot of money on these concert tickets. You want to make sure that you're enjoying it. And if you are of legal drinking age, of course, don't drink too much. Like, act like you've been somewhere, because you will be so uncomfortable and no one wants to be taking care of the drunk sick friend. So enjoy the music. Number 4, I would bring a crossbody bag or a backpack, depending on each festival's rules. A lot of times they want to look in there and check. That's cool. Keep in mind, if you have a backpack on and you're with like a few people, then someone can stand behind you. But if you have a backpack on and you're leaning up against a crowd, people can unzip it and get into there. It's wonderful to think that people won't steal from you, but they could. So I would watch for that. I would just like to bring a small crossbody bag, and I make sure that I rotate it and keep the bag in front of me so I know that no one is going through it. I obviously always like to wear a hat when I go, because I'm pasty and any extra protection from the sun helps, and it also helps to keep you cooler. So, but remember, if you're thinking of taking it on and off, my hat hair would be horrendous underneath this after, so that's the price you pay. Always bring a small cardigan or something if you can. Tie it around your waist, which is still really cute. Something, because as it cools down, Southern California can get really chilly at night, so you want to be comfortable. Band-aids. In your little bag, pack a bunch of Band-aids or those blister things, because if your shoes are rubbing your feet raw, they'll be a lifesaver. And if you have shoes on that you know make you uncomfortable, first of all, that's silly, but maybe wrap your feet in moleskin that you can get at pharmacies. This is not a good time to break in brand new shoes. I know everyone wants to be super cute and wear super cute things, but wear a pair of shoes that, if you thought about it, like if the next day, at the end of this concert, you have to throw them away, that you're gonna be good with that. Because when last year at Lollapalooza, I had a pair of Chuck Taylors on and they got so muddy and destroyed. I knew flying back from Chicago that there was just no way. So I literally threw them down the trash chute before I even got into my friend's apartment, so I didn't get our whole house muddy. So, I mean, that is always an option. So don't be wearing like $700 shoes to a music festival. And don't break in new shoes now. Like, have a pair that you've had for a little while, and if you're intent on wearing a brand new pair, put some heavy gym socks on and run around the house a bunch and try to do some errands to really break them in so they're not rubbing your feet raw. External batteries for your phone. They have those little ones that look like flashlights. I have a Mophie on my iPhone. Those are really a lifesaver because these events have like charging stations and other things, and if you have your own external battery on there, that works for when you get lost and you're trying to text and, you know, all the videos and pictures and everything else you're going to be taking. That being said, if you do take a lot of videos and things like that and your phone dies, or sometimes in large groups like that, cell phone service is a nightmare. Like, you can send texts and things sometimes, but you can't make phone calls. So, I mean, I experience that at EDC pretty much every time I go. So we have a meetup spot. Like, if people get lost and they're away, like, pick something that's memorable, like a certain statue or a food tent or something, and say, this is where we're gonna meet if we all get lost, so that way you have like that spot. If you wear fake eyelashes like I do, bring some glue in your bag, girls, because if you get really sweaty or someone sprays you in the face with something or anything like that and your eyelash starts popping up, this will be a lifesaver. And also, don't wear $35 mink eyelashes there because the chances of them getting ruined are pretty high. Also, I would keep my little It Cosmetic Compact in my bag, and I would keep something like, this is the Porefessional, this is licensed to blot. I got this little sample, but something like this is awesome. It's just a stick to go over if you get oily in spots to kind of blot it up. These, you know, whatever lip gloss I'm wearing in there, and then a little compact powder, and then my cell phone, and a chapstick, and some sunscreen, and that's what I would keep in my bag. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a blast at your music festival. Bye!